Hey guys, Chris here. Today we're going to talk about sway back posture. So yesterday we looked at the flat back posture, and this is pretty similar. If you look at the diagram, you see like the lower back is pretty rounded. But the only difference here is if you pay attention that the hips are swayed forward, sway back, right? So the hips sit ahead of the plumb line, but again, everything looks very similar to the flat back posture. So let's just go over the dysfunctions and also the correctives, and just talk a little more about the actual sway back posture. So we're gonna look at, if we look at the diagram first, we see the normal, the standard, and then we see the forward head posture. So D is greater than 3 centimeters. We see the slightly extended, like the neck right there. We're gonna look at the flattened chest, rounded shoulders. We'll look at angles A2 and B2. So angle A2 is gonna be greater than 35 degrees. Normal is 30 to 35 degrees, and B is going to be less than 30 degrees, and again, normal is 30 to 35 degrees. So remember, A is the thoracic curvature, and B is the lumbar curvature. Also, the pelvic tilt for a male is going to be less than 4 degrees, and a female is going to be less than 7 degrees. Normal for a male is 4 to 7 degrees, and normal for a female is 7 to 10 degrees. And, so again, it's going to be less than that, so it's going to be a posterior pelvic tilt. So now let's go ahead and look at the muscle imbalances for the reasons for dysfunction. So we have short and tight hamstrings and upper abdominals. Then we have lengthened and weak hip flexors, lower abdominals, TVA, and neck flexors. All right, again, very similar to the flat back posture. Another reason for dysfunction is when people stand for prolonged periods and they put all the weight on one leg. That also leads to the sway back posture. Okay, so we'll look at possible corrections now. So we're looking at strengthening the hip flexors, look at the glutes, strengthening the glutes, lower abdominals, so TVA, you go back to that lower abdominal series I did, and also the neck flexors, you go back to that neck flexor exercise I did with the blood pressure cuff. I'll show you another one later as well, the cobra. And for the hip flexors, jackknife is a pretty good exercise to do, but you want to be careful of maintaining a neutral spine because you're already in a flat back posture here at the lower back. You already have a posterior tilt, so you have to, if you're doing a jackknife, and I'll show that one as well in the video, you have to make sure that you maintain a neutral curve in your spine. So don't let your back go flat if you already have this sway back posture. Okay, if you don't have a sway back posture, it's not as big a deal, but you still want to keep a neutral spine regardless. Let's see, corrective mobilizations. If we're doing mobilizations, we're going to talk about the pelvic rocking. All right, so it's going to be tilting the pelvis. You want to go anteriorly because you already have a posterior tilt. So you go neutral to anterior and then back to neutral. You wouldn't go into the posterior region because you're already there. And we're gonna look at the thoracic spine. So again, look at the T-spine mobilizations I've done. That will help you with that. And again, another mobilization is not listed here. We get Mackenzie press up. It's a good one for the lower back. So I'll make a video showing both the pelvic rock and the Mackenzie press up just to help mobilize that lumbar spine. And we're gonna talk about stretches now. So upper abdominals, hamstrings, pec major, pec minor. Those videos will come soon. I do supply those for my clients already, just with my PT Enhanced software, but I'll create some videos on YouTube for you guys to show you how to properly stretch out those muscles. And then let's talk about another correction would be getting a standing desk, sitting on a ball chair, or a sitting disc. Okay, those are all possible corrections to help you with this sway back posture dysfunction. All right. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Also, check out our website, DekhanaWellness.com. Thanks.